Everyone, this is Travis the Trader coming back to you live on Thursday morning, May the 30th. Over the last several days, I've had many subscribers, some viewers asking me, what is a yield curve and what does it mean? What kind of yield curve are we in today? So I wanted to first talk about what is that? What is a yield curve when people talk about it, when you read about it? And what a yield curve is a graph. It's a graph, but it represents interest rates on debt for a range of maturities. And what it shows is the yield that an investor is expecting to earn if they lend their money for a given period of time. Now, there are different kinds of yield curves. There's what they refer to as a normal yield curve. You have what they refer to as an inverted yield curve, and you also have just a flat yield curve. We'll start with the basics. A flat yield curve is where your short-term bonds or short-term notes, excuse me, are the equivalent to your long-term notes or bonds. A normal a normal yield curve is an upward sloping curve, which tells us that the long-term bonds have a higher yield than short-term. And an inverted is where the short-term securities, short-term notes have a higher yield than the long-term notes or bonds, depending on what we're using. So the example I want to use here is the 2-year and the 10-year. The 2-year note is the short term, the 10-year note is the long term. Currently, we are in an inverted yield curve. And what that means is the 2-year note is currently, the yield is about 4.86, let's just say 4.9%, and the 10-year is at 4.5%. So what that means is that the 2-year note, the yield is higher than the 10-year note. This means it's an inverted yield curve. Now the question becomes is what does that mean for us economically speaking? Generally speaking, historically, if you want to look at history, when we've had inverted yield curves where our short-term yields were higher than our long-term, in this case the 10-year note, generally that it's not great for the economy. There might be potentially a recession right around the corner. When that happens and how big, how steep that recession is, I don't know. And I can't even say if that recession is going to happen tomorrow or not. My crystal ball has cracked so many times over that I've stopped predicting the future. But I just wanted to give people an idea of the type of what a yield curve is, what type of yield curve environment we are in right now. So understand that when people are looking for money, right? When people are looking for money or people are lending money out, generally speaking, short-term notes are being priced at a higher rate than the 10-year based on yield. My next video, I will get more into the details of how to maybe trade off something like this. But should someone have found value, please subscribe to my channel. I can't do it without your support. I really appreciate it. Send me a comment, send me a question if you like, and please send me a thumbs up and look forward to seeing you at the next video.